How did kids 60 years ago imagine that life will be today? Let's find out.
Well, in the year 2000, I think I'll probably be the spaceship to the moon dictating robots, two robots, or else I may be, I don't know, in charge of a robot court, judging some robots.
Okay, so this kid is speaking in the year 1966 about the 2000s. Today is 2023 and he's not going to space yet. Nor there is a robot next to a robot. Although if we count all of these people that just sit and watch on their phones, yes, we do have robots and zombies.
Or I may be at a funeral of a computer. Or if something's gone wrong with their nuclear bombs, I may be sort of coming back from hunting.
We're getting close.
Well, I don't like the idea of sort of getting out and finding you've got a cabbage pill to eat for breakfast or something.
Oh, I think all these atomic bombs will be dropping around the place.
So 2 out of 3 so far are talking about atomic bombs. The fear that these kids were living.
One will get near the center because it will sort of make a huge, great big crater, and then the world will just melt, and the world will become one vast atomic explosion, and it will become like a supernova, stars.
So according to this child, we're dead.
Some madman will get the atomic bomb and just blow the world into oblivion.
Russia?
There's nothing you can do to stop it. More people get bombs.
I'm 100% sure all of these kids, the reporter is asking them about the atomic bombs and such stuff, because how would they all think alike about this? How would they just, when they get asked, how do you imagine life in 2000? Well, atomic bombs kill everyone.
Well, somebody's going to use it one day.
Well, I think that it'll be so overpopulated that there'll all be wars, all nuclear explosions and everything. It'll make the Earth, too much radiation on it. It'll become too hot to live on.
She's close to the reality, but why are these kids not optimistic about the future?
There'll be no life at all, really, on the Earth.
I don't think there is going to be atomic warfare, but I think that there is going to be all this automation. People are going to be out of work and a great population. I think something has to be done about it.
This guy is the genius, and the optimistic genius.
If I wasn't a biologist, that's what I'd like to do something about the population problem. Try and sort of temper it somehow. I don't know how.
This kid is smart.
I think it'll be very dull, and people would all be squashed together so much there won't be any fun or anything. And people will be rationed to the amount of things they can have, because if they had too many things, it would just squash their houses, and there just wouldn't be room for them.
She's kinda right. The problem is that we have all of these stuff that bring us fun and dopamine that we cannot really appreciate them at all, because we use it almost every day, hundreds of times per day even.
I think it'll be people will be regarded more as statistics than as actual people.
I don't think it's going to be...
Now, this kid was so wise. This is happening everywhere, especially in big companies. And even if I'm working in a small chain of pharmacies that have 50 pharmacies and we are just IDs, no one cares about the person behind that ID.
It's so nice. I think sort of all machines everywhere, everyone doing everything for you. You'll get all bored, and I don't think it'll be so nice.
I think it's going to be very boring, and everything will be the same. I mean, people will be the same, and things will be the same.
First of all, those computers are taking over now. Computers and automation. And in the year 2000, there just won't be enough jobs to go around, and the only jobs there will be for people with high HQ, high IQ, who can work computers and such.
Well, she was not right, but she was close.
Things, and other people are just not going to have jobs. There just aren't going to be jobs for them to have.
I expect they will set aside parts of the country solely for recreation and have large blocks of built-up areas.
And I think these are going to be very ugly indeed, probably.
No, I don't think I'll still be on Earth. I think I'll be under the sea. I think the population will have gone up so much that either everyone will be living in sort of big domes on the Sahara, or they'll be under the sea.
There'll be...
How do these kids have such apocalyptical thoughts? I cannot imagine, man.
so many people that they'll have to have an overflow into the sea. And so there'll be houses underneath the sea and houses above the sea.
They're not going to have so many square houses, you know, more curves and artistic designs instead of...
He's right, we do have those.
Boxes like they've got nowadays.
People wouldn't be able to live in ordinary houses because that would take up too much room. It'd have to be in flats, piled on top of one another, like that.
Probably that's fair if we speak about the US. I'm not really sure, I haven't been there, just stuff I've heard.
And the houses would be rather small, and everything would be cramped up, very cramped. Animals as they have here, sheep and cows and livestock, but they'll be kept in batteries. They won't be allowed to graze on pastures. They'll be kept in buildings all together, all in one big building and artificially reared, so they'll yield a larger, be bigger. And
it's hard to believe how smart this kid is. This kid foresaw future, and now we're even making lab created meat.
Give more food.
All the Sputniks and everything that are going up sort of interferes with the weather, and I think the sea may rise and will sort of cover some of England, and there'll be just islands left from like only the Highlands in Scotland and some of the big hills in England and Wales.
Forgot to say Japan sinking as well.
Or England to be wiped out because some of it will be too high. I think the sea will rise to about 300 to 600 feet.
Now that's a pessimistic kid.
The sun, I think, will probably burn out. And there's an ice cap coming down from North Pole. I think it'll cover the Earth. It might have another ice age.
And I don't think there's anything to be frightened of. And a lot of people think it's going to explode, but I'm certain it won't.
Probably after the global warming kills almost everyone, will have another ice age.
Be much more
Cycles.
Because there'll be more cures for the diseases, and not so many people will get sick. And the black people, you know, won't be sort of separate. They'll be all mixed in with the white people, and you know, the poor people and rich people will become the same. Well, they will be poor and richer, but they won't sort of look down.
Probably she means middle class.
I'm looking forward to living in that year, about 50 years' time. I mean, the world seems to be in such a terrible state now, let alone in 50 years' time.
It's very grim to hear all of these kids talking such bad predictions about the future, imagining life it's gonna be a huge disaster, and even that there is not gonna be any life in the 2000s. Well, here we are, still alive, doing reaction videos on YouTube, but yet a lot of these kids are right about stuff. We should be more optimistic. With this said, how do you imagine life after 50 years? Let me know in the comment section. And as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And super crazy people that click the join button are the heroes of this channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.